Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Tornado. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, so high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. How you doing, Toto? Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I'd start off with a nice little song. You're welcome. And I've heard where I'm from, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, planet Earth, there might be a tornado tonight. My dad gave me a text and he said, we dodged a tornado. You know, they're all the way up north. I'm not going to tell you where. In the winter, it looks like The Shining up there. It gets pretty boring. The point is, you know, you don't hear that many tornado warnings in a major city like Toronto. So, but you know, there's places all over the world where it gets pretty crazy. He even said here on the news, special weather statement issued for the GTA, which stands for the Greater Toronto Area. Tornado warnings for Barrie, parts of southern Ontario end. Thunderstorms are expected in the Greater Toronto Area Friday evening, prompting Environment Canada to issue a special weather statement. In its advisory, the weather agency said that thunderstorms ahead of a cold front are forecast to move across the region this evening. Wind gusts of 70 kilometers per hour, brief torrential downpours, and cloud-to-ground lightning will be associated with some of these storms, Environment Canada said in the advisory. So on top of worrying about COVID and carbohydrates, now I got to worry about a fucking tornado coming into the megacity. Well, you know what? Joke's on you. I don't plan on going out anywhere, okay? Not that you can go out anywhere, and I got plenty of pasta in my fridge. So tornado, you can go fuck yourself. But in the meantime, I figure, why don't we talk about a little bit of what a tornado really is? What a tornado is all about. What a tornado is going to bring us. And as I say this, I feel a little rain outside. So let's hurry this up before I die. Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Thank you for your help as always. A tornado is rapidly rotating column of air that is in contact with both the surface of the earth and a cumulonimbus cloud. I fucked that up, I know. Or, in a rare cases, the base of the cumulus cloud. That one I got. The windstorm is often referred to as a twister, whirlwind, or cyclone. Although the word cyclone is used in meteorology to name a weather system with a low pressure area in the center around which, from an observer looking down toward the surface of the earth, winds blow counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern. Tornadoes come in many shapes and sizes, and they are often visible in a form of a condensation funnel originating from the base of the
cumulonimbus.
Thank you, Google. Cloud. With a cloud of rotating debris and dust beneath it. Most tornadoes have wind speeds less than 110 miles per hour. That's 180 kilometers per hour, or about 250 feet, 80 meters across, and travel a few miles, several kilometers before dissipating. The most extreme tornadoes can attain winds of more than 300 miles per hour. that's 480 kilometers per hour, are more than 2 miles, 3 kilometers, in diameter and stay on the ground for dozens of miles, more than 100 kilometers. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a will. If we ever experience this in Toronto, possibly in the next few hours, I'd just like to say, Mom and Dad, I love you very much. I'm sorry you didn't have a chance to have a brother or sister for me. I guess some people get it right the first time. The point is, that's some pretty powerful shit. The odds of Toronto getting that are pretty rare. Did I just jinx it? Who knows? But that's pretty crazy. At that point, you're not in Kansas anymore, and you're probably gonna die. Various types of tornadoes include the multiple vortex tornado, land spout, and water spout. Right down the water spout. Water spouts are characterized by a spiraling funnel-shaped wind current connecting to a large cumulus or
cumulonimbus.
Google, if you're a woman, I'd marry you. Cloud. They are generally classified as non-supercellular tornadoes that develop over bodies of water, but there is disagreement over whether to classify them as true tornadoes. These spiraling columns of air frequency developed in tropical areas close to the equator and are less common at high latitudes. Other tornado-like phenomena that exist in nature include the gust-nado, dust devil, fire whirl, and steam devil. Those are some really shitty names, but the point is, scientists don't know yet exactly what it is. That's what I'm getting out of this. I'm sure they can pronounce the word better than me, but at the same time, it's scary as shit. You see a tornado, just run, okay? That's it. Just, or stay inside, Tornadoes occur most frequently in North America, particularly in central and southeastern regions of the United States. Colloquially, I got that one Googled, don't worry. Known as Tornado Alley, Southern Africa, Northwestern and Southeast Europe, Western and Southeastern Australia, New Zealand, Bangladesh, and adjacent eastern India, southeastern South Africa. Tornadoes can be detected before or as they occur through. Well, obviously, I want to know before the shit happens. I mean, I want to, be spinning around and I think I'm in a tornado. Malaka, through the use of pulse Doppler radar by recognizing patterns in velocity and reflectively data, such as hook echoes and debris balls. As well as through the efforts of storm spotters. Now, how do you get that job? Yeah, it's raining. It's yep. Okay, that'll be $500. It's really starting to pour out there, guys. Let's speed this up or take our time, whatever. I don't care. So, they got different ways of detecting this shit. Either way, I would like to know as much ahead of time as possible. I don't want to hear it from my dad. I'd like to hear it from the news, But then again, these days, I don't know, you watch the news, COVID this, COVID that, I don't know, you turn on for a minute, that's it. You get sick of it. So if a tornado is going to hit Toronto or just anywhere, I advise any news station to actually start with that. That's just me, Now, there's a lot more on Wikipedia that I could talk about, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. The last couple paragraphs I was snoozing too. Snoozing. Google. Anyways, so check out the pictures on here. They're pretty cool. I mean, some of them look like they're just going to wipe out the whole town. A lot of them look like little white rat tails, but either way, take the shit seriously. That's all. So, but what can you do in case of a tornado hits your town or city or, your mansion? I don't know, if you're lucky, I guess. Drake looking out the window. I saw a tornado out my window and shit's about to go down. Da-na-na. Baby. Well, I assume you should just take cover. Go down the basement. Make sure you got some canned tuna, and just relax. Have a radio with you, stay with the updates and, just do what they say and that's it. But here's 5 things they say you shouldn't do during a tornado. Not taking tornado warnings seriously. Okay? So don't do like me and do a podcast before you die. Actually take it seriously. Go on the news, find out if there's anything you can do to, not die. That'd be great. Don't look out the window. Okay, so don't do what Drake did. Just, stay inside, watch TV instead. Open the windows of your house. Yeah, no shit. Try to outrun a tornado. Hey, Wilbur, I tell you what, man, if I go out there right now, I guarantee you I can outrun this tornado in 2 seconds. You got to be a stupid motherfucker to go outside during a tornado. And the last one is take cover underneath an overpass. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's sad that the last 3 I even have to actually say to people, or there's an actual website that actually has to tell this to people. But yes, avoid the tornado as much as you can. Okay, so. Let's keep in mind, you never know. I mean, if you hear enough about it, it's more serious. So again, don't look out the window, don't sing, just stay inside, relax, chill, it'll pass. It'll pass. I'm just assuming it'll pass. Now, the most powerful tornadoes, I was curious, I had to look this up. And of course, it brings me to the lovely Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. And here's what they have to say. This article lists various tornado records. The most extreme tornado in record history was the Tri-State Tornado, which spread through parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana on March 18th, 1925. It is considered an F5 on the Fujita scale. Hope I said that right. Even though tornadoes were not ranked on any scale at the time, it holds records for the longest path length at 219 miles, 352 kilometers, longest duration at about 3.5 hours, and fastest forward speed for a significant tornado at 73 miles, that's 117 kilometers per hour anywhere on Earth. Now, for those of you who don't know, F5, it doesn't get any higher than that, okay? I learned about this when I was listening to an album by the rapper named Twista, who's a guy who can rap his fucking ass off. Okay, listen. Busta Rhymes challenged T.I. recently to battles rap, whatever. That's not a good matchup. Busta Rhymes versus Twista, that's going to be fire. Okay, so let's just make that happen. Just wanted to add that in. In addition, is the deadliest single tornado in the United States history with 695 fatalities. It was also the 3rd costliest tornado in history at the time, but has been surpassed by several others non-normalized, which costs are normalized for wealth and inflation. It still ranks 3rd today. Fuck, that's crazy, man. 1925, you got to figure, obviously it's not like what it is today. It's not the huge major city. Most of these people were just probably chilling out in the bunker there, underneath the house, Wizard of Oz style. And I think they went under the house. Did she make it? Oh no, that's how she flew to the witch there. And I don't know, she trampled the one witch there, and I'll get you, my pretty, yeah, whatever, you stupid bitch. The point is, you gotta make sure you got coverage. Okay, so back then I'm sure they didn't have shit. They didn't have 10 commercials run every news hour. Oh, you can save money through us. So just if you're between 65 and dead, you're automatically assured. So just make sure you got your ass covered. The deadliest tornado in world history was Dual Lapper Satura, fuck, I don't care. Tornado in Bangladesh on April 26, 1989. I don't need Google anymore. Which killed approximately 1,300 people. In the history of Bangladesh, and at least 19 tornadoes killed more than 100 people each, almost half of the total for the rest of the world. Holy shit. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you watch these like movies and stuff, about like a lot of movies take place there, and they put in the digital tornadoes and all that shit, But this is no joke, man. I mean, people got nowhere to run when this shit happens, I mean, like where are they gonna go? Like fuck, man. For 37 years, the most extensive tornado outbreak on record in almost every category was the 1974 super outbreak, which affected a large area of the central United States and extreme southern Ontario in Canada on April 3rd and April 4th, 1974. Not only did this outbreak feature 148 tornadoes in only 18 hours, but an unprecedented number of them were violent. 7 were of F5 intensity, and 23 were F4. During the peak of this outbreak, there were 16 tornadoes on the ground at the same time. More than 300 people, possibly as many as 330, were killed by tornadoes during this outbreak. However, this record was later broken during the 2011 super outbreak, which resulted in 360 tornadoes and 324 tornadic fatalities. However, the most tornadoes spawned in the shortest amount of time is 104 over 5 hours and 26 minutes during the 1981 United Kingdom tornado outbreak on the 23rd of November in 1981. I mean, holy shit. I mean, like 104 in 5 hours. I mean, even if it's like a small tornado, like, holy shit. I mean, how do you prepare for something like that? I mean, for the most part, the weathermen or weatherwomen, they, predict the weather by winds, They try to predict it within what, maybe within 24, best case 48 hours, That it can build up so quickly. You just don't know. I mean, even if there's a huge storm, like in one area, and then it gets pushed into, other states or provinces, whatever, it can just spread so quickly. And then you just hope it just eventually dies down. You just get a little bit of rain, like I am now, and fuck, man, it sucks. Like it really sucks, and, yeah, I was joking about this before, but, in all seriousness, you hear something that's going to go down, make sure you're prepared. Even prepare, a little ahead of time, And let's be honest, during COVID, I mean, we're all rushing to get the canned foods and toilet paper anyway, so, we're all stuck inside anyway, so what the fuck's the difference? I mean, but, yeah, you never know, guys. Just always be prepared. Till then, just, sit at home, watch some television, watch a movie. I just watched the new Borat. Fucking excellent. Very funny. definitely, if you want a good laugh, watch that. Even the new actress in there, she's awesome. Giuliani says he was just untucking his shirt. Yeah, bullshit. But yeah, just watch something. And here's some stuff I found out about some TV shows and movies involving tornadoes. Now, as I mentioned before, you obviously got to talk about this one, the classic Wizard of Oz, which I believe was the first movie to ever be seen in color. Now, if you don't know anything about this movie, it's about a woman named Dorothy. I believe it's Liza Minnelli's mother. Apparently, this role was supposed to maybe be played by Shirley Temple, but she got it before her. Anyways, she's just chilling on the farm with the dog Toto, and then she gets sucked up by this tornado, and then ends up in the wonderful magical land of Oz, where literally the streets are made of gold, or at least painted that way. And she has to, she crushed the witch, and then it was the other witch's sister there, whatever. I don't know. She was once removed by her uncle. I don't know what the fuck. And she's just going down the bricks there. She tried to pry a couple out of there, but I don't know. They're pretty, they're the good cement, And she meets a scarecrow, a tin man, and a lion that is a coward for some reason. She's got to see Oz. Go back to her hometown there. Get the red shoes. Tap a couple times. No place like home. There you go. That's it. But yeah, I mean this tornado. I mean, even back then it was done pretty well. I mean this. You got to keep in mind this movie was made in the '30s, so it was. It's pretty trippy. What's even more trippy is I heard the guy who played the Tin Man, he actually died of iron poisoning because the chemicals they used on his face, apparently they were toxic, and I don't know, something to do with like one of the Munchkins, they hung themselves in the background, but that was all bullshit. It was just a flamingo, but it looked like a guy rocking back and forth, and yeah, it's a pretty trippy movie, And you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there too, Belle. Point is, check it out. It's very cool. I liked it. Now, there's another movie I saw way back in the day in the crazy 90s where music was still good. A little movie called Twister. Now, I remember seeing this at the drive-in. It's nighttime, obviously. It's no fun going to a drive-in during the daytime, unless you're an exhibitionist. And I didn't know what time the movie was going to start. Sometimes it starts late, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get some fries. So the beginning of the movie, the first 5-10 minutes is like a really good scene. I mean, the really good scene is at the end. But I was just running to the car, and it's crazy because at the time, I could hear the sound coming out of people's cars. I'm outside, I'm running. It was almost like I was running with the Twister. Again, this is way before cell phones were awesome. They were Zach Morris shoe size, whatever, so we can do shit. And this is all we had. And I remember I missed a little bit of it, and this one person's yelling from another car going, "Ha! You just missed the best scene!" And I'm like, no, I didn't. I saw your mother. The point is, right at the end of the movie is where it all comes together. I mean, this is, the whole point of this movie is they're trying to, find out how they can predict twisters from not so much happening, but how powerful they are and all that. And they throw these little, I don't know, these little medical beads or something in there, and Bill Paxton's in it, Helen Hunt, even Philip Seymour Hoffman's in this, and the chick that was in the fuck's that movie's name with the vampires and the Lost Boys. There you go. Which one does he pick? Who knows? But you gotta see the movie, and it was good. And there's a great scene where they put like a digital cow, and I think it was the guy's mother, and it just shows him like going around the tornado, like a cow would make any other sound. I thought that was funny at the time, and yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it, and here's the irony, ladies and gentlemen. As we were leaving, everyone's leaving. There's only one car left in the drive-in, and the fucking guy's battery died. And I remember like we were going by in the car, and I'm just like pointing and laughing at them, and they're just like, I'm like, oh, your mother's hot. The point is, great movie. Check it out when you get a chance. Now, I just did my research and I found out they made a Twister 2, The Terror Continues, which for some reason has an 8 out of 10 rating on IMDb. That's got to be bullshit. I mean, that's got to be, yeah, there's no fucking way that's possible. I had no idea how many movies there were about tornadoes. I'm assuming most of these just went straight to video. Tornado Alley, Storm Chasers, Tornado Warning, who cares? The only other one I could think of, I guess you can count as a tornado movie is Sharknado. Now, if you don't know what Sharknado is, well, good. But it's just about a movie about what's his name, Ziering there from 90210. I don't. He's got nothing else to do. I don't know. Tara Reid. Same thing. They just get stuck on a beach, whatever, and all of a sudden there's a tornado full of sharks. Okay. Say what you want, but they've made a shitload of these movies. You wonder how they keep making these movies. It's pretty simple. It costs a couple million to make, and they probably make, I don't know, 10 to 20 million off them. So, a little bit of profit, put it back in, and that's it. That's how our society dies. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for the movie front. You can only do the same idea so many fucking times. Let's see what TV has to say. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't really find much. Just basically, a lot of times when you're watching a TV show, it'll just beep, 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 and they'll show the shit at the top or the bottom of the screen there. Some newscasters, whatever. I did find this one really touching clip. I'm not gonna lie. It's a clip from the TV show Young Sheldon. And from what I'm told, it's the dude from The Big Bang Theory. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't a big fan of that show. I never really understood it. But, his sister there is I just assume it's his sister, is just watching the show there, trying to watch some classic Looney Tunes, which is another great thing to watch. Again, this is when cartoons were good, and you didn't have to be on Molly. And, she's just whatever, just watching it, and she sees a thing going on there, and then Sheldon's doing gardening, and he sees the shit, and then they all go inside. They're all just chilling in the bathroom, okay? The mom's just sitting on the toilet with the lid down, of course, and the kids are in the tub, which if you think about it, I mean, is a pretty safe place. I mean, because of the strength of the tub, and the dad's getting the mattress there, and he's like, oh, okay, we got to put this in front of the window, and I don't know, like you really feel bad for the kids, I know it's a TV show, I get it, but I can't be sentimental sometimes, But at the same time, I mean, like, like, and as an adult, you're like, oh my God, it's just, wind and rain, and it should pass, whatever. It shouldn't be that bad, you hope it isn't. But then, your kids are like, they're scared shitless. So, you really just feel bad for them. And then they go outside, and of course there's, debris and shit all over the place there. And, the Sheldon there, he just goes, Mom, and, there's a little pause, and he just hugs her, I thought that was kind of sweet, and yeah, like you really don't realize it, until it happens. I mean, I just read off all those stories before on Wikipedia, but yeah, I mean, it could be a really fucking scary thing. It's just, we always see this shit in movies and whatever, but I mean, it's, I'm thankful, honestly. Like, I really am. A lot of times I live in Toronto, and what was it, like almost 10 years ago, there was like a little earthquake. I didn't even know it was a little earthquake, and it only lasted for 30 seconds. I thought they were doing construction outside or something, and then I talked to my friend about it after, and but like, you don't worry about it in certain cities, and some of these people, like, they got to put up with it, not every day, but on a regular basis. It's just a normal thing. So yeah, I understand why the kid is scared, and he's just glad he's okay. And then the sister comes out and says, "You wouldn't believe the piss I just took." And it's true. I mean, in emergency, sometimes you got to hold in your piss, and then once you go, I'm right there with you guys. I feel way better after. Yeah. So, you just never know. It's funny, until I saw that clip, I didn't think of it from like the kid's point of view. It's just, it must be really scary. So again, just when you hear about these severe storms and tornadoes coming, you got to take it seriously. It's not a video game. Which leads me to my next point. Now, one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of all time, is Super Mario 3. I still play it to this day. They even made a movie about it that was, a piece of shit with the kid from the Wonder Years, and apparently he's brothers with the kid from Boy Meets World. I just found that out about a month ago. The point is, there's a point in the desert world, okay? So that's the second world, where you go to a certain point, and in the background, there's this really, pissed off sun. It looks like it's in mid-constipation, and it's just staring at you the whole fucking stage. And then all of a sudden there's just, a part where you're just walking, nothing happens. Then all of a sudden a tornado comes. And yeah, it'll suck you right in, So just make sure when you see this tornado, make sure you go all the way with the P, which is the speed at the bottom there, make sure it makes the sound, whatever. And, hit it full force, and you'll fly right through that fucker. And then once that's done, the sun will, like, here comes the sun, the da-na-na-na, and it's going to attack you. So, but you can kill it, throw a shell at it, use your superstar. Yeah, man, you do what you got to do to survive. Okay. So I just want to get that out there, because that always pissed me off. And one cool thing I always loved is the Castlevania video game, the number 2, which, let's just be honest, I had to throw in Nintendo is the worst one. They tried to make it into like an adventure, Zelda, what a bad night for a curse and all that, and then the screen pauses and it goes back and forth. What a fucking pain in the ass. But anyways, there's a part where you're supposed to kneel at the wall. So, you'll know when you go there, because it's like a dead end. It's like you think the creators who made this are fucking with you. So you kneel down there. I think you have a red skull, a red whatever crystal ball, for some reason, and you kneel down there for a good 10-15 seconds. Then all of a sudden this tornado comes, goes through the wall, whatever, boom, that's it, you're set. Okay, so what am I trying to say with these two classic video games? Well, the first one's classic, this one not so much. And there's other things to do than watch TV and watch movies, assuming you still have power at this point. Now, I also want to say this. I mentioned Busta Rhymes before. I'm going to mention him again. First of all, he's one of my favorite rappers. He's fucking awesome. He's got a great sense of humor, fast rapper, good, strong tone there. The guy's fucking awesome. Dangerous is one of my favorite tracks. Good video, too. But back in the day, he used to do great videos. Not that he doesn't do great videos now, but I'm just saying, like, back in the day, like in the 90s, people could actually afford, $1 million videos. You can't do that anymore. And Busta Rhymes, like, forget it. Like, him and Hype Williams, these guys would just go nuts. So he made this one video from the single Fire. Okay? Remember the song Fire? 'Cause we got that fire. I'm not doing it any justice. Busta, please don't kick my ass if you ever see me one day. That guy's built like a linebacker. I'm just saying, it is a kick-ass song, and it's got like this really cool like tornado scene in it. I think it was made just after Twister, so maybe that's where they got the idea from it. I heard something that this video cost like 1.5 or $2 million or something. I mean, the Janet Jackson one he did was like 2 million. The Put Your Hands Where I Can See, that was a million. They went all out. So if you got the chance, check out this video. It's fucking awesome. Okay. I know for the last, 15, 20 years, everyone's just, grabbing their cell phones and making videos and just flicking a lighter, and they think that's cool for some reason. But this is the time where videos were videos, and this is a fucking awesome video involving a tornado. So, yeah, definitely check that out. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I got nothing else to do, especially during COVID, so, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. No, but seriously, Dad, thank you for the idea, or the inspired idea for making this tornado. I hope you're safe up there. God only knows when hockey's going to start, so I don't know what you're going to do during the day. But yeah, you'll figure something out. I mean, you could watch Borat. Borat's pretty funny. It's good, There's a scene in the movie where, like, he's fighting a tornado. No, it's got nothing to do with tornadoes. But again, if something happens, if you hear about a tornado warning, do take it seriously. We did have some fun. I had some fun with this. I hope my 3 listeners did. And yeah, just take it seriously. If you say shit going across the screen, first of all, find out if it's real. Okay, it could be one of these like fakes, whatever. I mean, you don't know. I mean, there's been things back in the day where they used to, tap into stations and put weird shit, whatever. Remember that guy that ripped off the Max Hedberg, whatever, shit and whatever. All I'm saying is a tornado is a powerful thing of nature, and you got to take it seriously. You absolutely have to. So next time you're watching the news and you see something about a tornado warning, take it seriously. Because if there's one thing you don't want to fuck with, is a tornado. Oh shit, okay, wait, hold on. One more thing I wanted to talk about, okay? And this is very important, okay? Just let me review my notes. Yes, that scene in the recent Superman movie that aired a couple years ago, okay? So remember, like, Clark is still a kid, and he's with his mom, whatever, and like he sees his dad, who's played by Kevin Costner, who I just saw in Candango. I think that's what it's called. It's a good little movie. The last 10, 15 minutes is kind of fucked up, but like in a good way fucked up. But anyways, like he sees the tornado coming, okay, and he just puts out his hand and he says, he's just implying like, don't save me, or else people will obviously know your powers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is complete bullshit, okay? And I'm not alone on this, okay? I would save my dad if I saw him. I don't give a shit who knows my powers, okay? I always did not like that scene. I thought that was very dark and eerie, And again, I think, a lot of people would say Kevin Costner has done a lot of shitty movies and, he got what he deserved. But, it's a movie. You gotta save him. You gotta save your father. Who gives a shit who knows your powers? I never liked that. Never liked it. I always thought it was bullshit. I'm gonna say it again. It is just complete bullshit. I did not like that at all. Okay? So, what did we learn today? 1, if you see your father in a tornado or about to get sucked in there, and if you have superpowers, you go save his ass. Okay? I don't give a shit what the neighbors say. Oh, you hear Clark has got superpowers. Shut up. Shut up. I'll get you, my Clarky. Shut up, bitch. Sorry, I sound like Charlie Murphy in Delirious. Rest in peace. But the point is, when you watch the news, and if you see a warning, beep, 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 take it seriously. Because you never know. Could be a hurricane. Could be Donald Trump getting elected again. Oh, fuck. Or it could be a tornado.